Have you ever heard of holistic dentistry? I haven't. I'm so excited to introduce you to Dr. Coates, AKA Dr. Jaw Dropper. We are in Grapevine, Texas, right in our own backyard at TMJ Plus Wellness Center. Did you know that so much of what's going on in your mouth could be wreaking havoc all over your body? I'm here to learn. We know that every single time we open up our minds to learn, we get answers, and this woman is going to lead you in the right direction. First of all, let's talk about Dr. Jaw Dropper.
Isn't that funny? Do you want to know how that came about?
Yes.
I know. So it could be kind of cheesy, right? So when I was filming, they're trying to help calm you down before you go in. They're like, oh, we need to come up with a name for you. They're trying to like relax me. And I'm like, oh, I was telling them what I do with the jaw, and you relax it forward so you can breathe. They're like, oh, like dropping the jaw? And I'm like, yeah, like jaw dropper. And so they teased me. So then when I went on this TV program, that's what they called me, AKA jaw dropper. So while that is kind of cheesy, I think what it is you're just trying to have something to where you lighten the mood with your patients, right? There are other doctors that have had TV platforms and they have a passion for educating. So I think when you hear it, what the funny thing is when you have people come in, they're like, oh, you're Dr. Jaw Dropper. I'm like, I'm Becky, right? But it's just kind of fun to have that, and it creates banter with your patients.
Did you start out as a traditional dentist and then you started going on your journey? Tell me about that.
As a general dentist, when I started my practice and I came to Grapevine, I bought an existing practice from also a female that she wanted to spend time with her kids, and she had the opportunity to slow down in her career. So I did everything, your typical general dentist would do: fillings, cleanings, crowns, so forth. And then people say, well, how did you transition into this type of field, very specialized and unique? And really there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I kept seeing similar issues that I went through that my patients had. I had multiple jaw issues as a kid. Really, it stemmed from, as a kid, I sucked my thumb too long. I know that's very embarrassing to admit, but that was me as a kid. And it really transformed my face, where I was very shy. I was a different version of myself. It impacted my self-esteem. And so my mom helped me and got regular braces, right? Like most of us that we get braces in junior high, and we look nice and pretty. However, that was accomplished, but I then, as I went off into college and other studies, I would have headaches and my jaw was popping. And these were issues that started as a kid, but you just kind of ignore them because, oh, mom had it. You're just like mom, right? As I got further into my practice, I'm just tired because it impacted me when you have like anxiety because like your jaw's popping and you can't really enjoy your food. Right? It transforms you into a different person. I think a lot of people can relate because if you're anxious, what do? A lot of people now take anxiety medication, right? Or maybe
drink a bottle of wine.
Drink a bottle of wine because I want to relax because I don't sleep well and I've got to sleep to manage the household and kids and all this kind of stuff. Well, I was tired of this. I went to chiropractors. I had neck issues. I blamed that on my former injuries because I did equestrian show jumping. Had a lot of falls and injuries that messed up my neck. So you start to think of yourself as, well, I have headaches because of mom life, or business owner, you're clinching, focusing on those things, or my neck just hurts because problems, you fell, right? Or car accidents, right? Whiplash. But I kept seeing, all your patients had these similar issues. Well, I was tired of experiencing the pain that I was going through, so I just thought, nobody's really helped me. I have multiple chiropractic adjustments, multiple like massages, right, to relax. So I was like, nobody has really figured this out. So I just would go and learn more advanced education, more flying across the country. The central thing that I found out is that why I kept having headaches is because I needed to balance my jaw, not just have my teeth straight and pretty. And if anybody can relate with this, like if you ever like chipped a tooth and it's another tooth and another tooth, I think what's very common for people is they say, oh, well, I'm stressed, or I'm getting older, 40s, 50s, something like that. And it's just because of my hormones, right? I think
you're in my head right now.
Right. So we can all relate with this.
Yeah.
So I get very passionate about this, as you can tell, sharing your story. And I think the good thing about talking with you is you can relate with that as a person, that if you've ever gone through such pain and my health was not well, you want to do everything to learn how to fix it. And that's the same for me as a dentist. And so then the power of also then fixing yourself and having relief, then you have that knowledge to help others, which is gratifying. And that's really what my practice has evolved into. So like many times people know holistic dentist. Well, there's other buzz terms for that. It's called a biological dentist. If you really break that down for what that is, that really just means that how you conduct your practice is beyond just regular dentistry. We also do that. I am a general dentist by my training, but I also do holistic or biological dentistry because I want to know, well, did you know that if some materials you have in your teeth, they may not be right for your body? We look at materials. We look for hidden sources of infection called not just abscess, but cavitations. And we look at how that impacts your immune system or your organs. And so why I went into the different specialties is, one, I was a jaw pain sufferer. I had a tongue tie. I've had sleep apnea, and I wanted to fix myself. And so I utilized my pain journey to then transform into, this isn't being talked about. There's so many levels to that. I believe in looking at the person as a whole, not just their teeth, because the teeth and the story or infection or how you breathe then transforms into all your health effects.
I love it because I'm all about using your pain for a purpose. So
Right.
even though you might be embarrassed at the very beginning with thumb sucking and then the things that compound,
Right.
it's opened you up to such a beautiful purpose to help others. So thank you for continuing with the education, and because I have all of those issues. And I had 8 molars pulled at 11 years old for the braces that I had on for 4 years. It reset my jaw. I've gone through the
Right.
whole thing, the headaches, I've
Right.
had the whiplash, and it's so fascinating. No one has ever, and I'm in the holistic world, no one has
Right.
ever mentioned there could be a correlation. It's so
Right.
wild.